how to translate your Shopify store with a Shopify free app. Hey guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Today we'll be taking a look at how you can translate your Shopify store and convert it into another language. So let's get into it. Now, whenever you are trying to establish a business, you want it to be as accessible as possible, and that means translating it into multiple different languages. And this can enable you to get a larger customer base. It can also enable you to start accepting orders from international customers or clients. You can also get, a lot more visibility if your page or your brand is available in multiple different languages. So you can do this very easily on Shopify with a simple application. So we're just going to dive into our Shopify dashboard, and you're just going to go into the search bar, go into your apps, go into your apps and sales channel. We're just opening up the Shopify App Store, and there are multiple different options available for Shopify translation. So if you just search for translate over here, you have Shopify Translate and Adapt. This is the one that I recommend. You also have Translate Language and Langwell, Transdency, Transtore. All of these work pretty well, and they all have free plans available or are free. So we have our Language Translate and our Shopify Translate and Adapt. Both are available for free. I like to use Shopify Translate and Adapt simply because it is the native application created by Shopify, hence it works super smoothly and it's just a lot more seamless rather than having to integrate a third-party app. So I'm just going to click on add application over here, and then they will ask you for permission. So you're just going to click on install app on the top right over here and allow it to have all the permissions it needs. Now I'm just going to pin this over here in my navigation panel, and I'm just going to click on translate and adapt on the left side of my screen. Now you can see over here we have different sections. Now with each section you're going to have to translate it. You can even just click on manage over here, and you have your published languages. So English is our published language, but we are just going to click on add language over here, and we can select the second language that we want. Let's say it's going to be Urdu. I'm just going to click on add over here. You can add any language, what it might be. Now, once you have done that, this language is ready to be translated. Edit to add these translations via the application or the automated translation. Now, once you have done that, you can go ahead and just click on the unpublished languages. This is Urdu. And we're going to click on edit, click on translate and adapt. Or you can just go into translate and adapt on your home page. And you can see localization content in Urdu. Now you can see you can just click on view store, and currently because I haven't made any of the translations, it's all the same. But if I click on auto translate, I can click on translate over here, and these will be automatic translations created by Google. Now I'm just waiting for this to be completed. Now it can take a couple of hours if your store is super large. This is a very small store. It has a couple of pages. I don't think it's going to take that long, but we're just going to wait for it to be completed so I can show you guys the automated translations, because they are pretty much good. Because however reliable Google Translate is for the language that you have chosen, it's going to be that good, but it is something to be aware of when you're doing auto translate like this. It can sometimes not translate things very accurately. Sometimes there can be issues or difficulties. So for that, keep in mind that you might want to do auto translate or edit certain sections. You might want to edit, your product names by yourself, because the automated translations might sound a little odd in the other language that you have chosen. But I'm just going to wait for this to be completed. Now, in the meanwhile, I'm going to show you guys how you can translate bits. So if I go into my product section and just click on edit over here, I have this section, and you can see it shows me what I have created already and the translations that are going to be auto translated. You can click on auto translate to auto translate it, but if you want to write them yourself, you can just write them yourself. I have already enabled the auto translate, but that is why it's currently showing us so. I'm just going to wait for this to be completed, and I'll get back to you guys. So you guys can see over here, instead of waiting for a very long time, I don't want you guys to wait around, but you can see I have turned off the auto translate, and now I can type in my own translations. So I can, type in the translations in the native language however you might want. You can download a keyboard, or you can even do this in Roman version of the language. So if you are doing something like, everyone has their Roman version to write a language, if you have that, you can do that as well. But if you do auto translate, I can turn this on, and I'm just going to click on translate. So now I'm just going to wait this to be translated. Now, not only can you do this, but there are a bunch of other features that you can see now. This has been translated very accurately to the native language and the native writing as well. Now, after that, you also have specific features where you can click on the top left over here and markets with Urdu, and I can choose all supported markets, or I can click on a specific country. So customizing Urdu for Pakistan, and then you can customize how it is written for a certain country as well. So a thing like something like Spanish. So Spanish has multiple different versions. A bunch of the languages have multiple different versions. So Urdu and Hindi are pretty much the same. So I could customize Urdu for the Indian version of the website as well. I can customize the Dominican and Spanish version, the Spanish version into the Dominican and Mexican version for those countries specifically. And this can make your website seem a lot more personable and a lot more interactive or easy to access. And you can see this is an auto translate, and I'm going to click on view store over here. And you can see this is like our English version, but if I go into our catalog over here, go into my product, so this is like my basic version, and if I turn on auto translate, which I have disabled on my browser, I can just actually translate this into the local language. Now, another thing is that, let's say I do it for international products or just for this, and click on copy, click on paste, and click on save over here. And now my translation has been saved. And once I've done that, I can just click on view store over here. And I haven't completed the translation, so you're not going to be able to see them currently, but that is how you are going to enable translations on your store. Currently, I have, keep them unpublished, but once I have, finished setting them up, make sure you've finished setting your translations up. After you've, made sure there are no typos or anything like that, you're going to click on manage over here. This will open up your settings, and you have your unpublished languages. Then you're just going to click on publish over here, or you can even click on preview to preview what the translations are going to look like. But you can see I have this translation, and you can see all the options are in the native language. Everything, the description, all of that has been translated. So I've just made it published, and I can choose to unpublish it. If you find any errors later on, you can remove them. So I hope you guys found this video helpful, and you are now able to translate your Shopify store using this free application. You can put in your own translations as well as use auto translate. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I will catch you guys in the next video.